Good morning, fellow Americans, fellow New Yorkers, fellow Texans, and everybody else. Welcome to episode 9 of EBI Newz for You. I'm your host, Eddie Buffalo, and I have Donnie Lowe over there. And I just want to let you know that all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo and Donnie Lowe are purely for entertainment purposes. Take it away, Don. I'm just going to sit and look how handsome you are in your sport coat.
And you don't have to do any behind the scenes magic.
Nice.
Well, you sound so formal. Well, thank you for joining us this morning. It's a lovely day with tornado warnings.
It is a lovely day. If we don't blow away, you can go to Oz.
So thanks for joining us. You can view our podcast on our YouTube channel, EBI Pods, EBI Newz for You. And you can also watch live via TikTok. So TikTokers, you can jump on in now under Eddie Buffalo's TikTok page, and it's EBI Insurance. And we've got an audience already watching us live. We are on 43 different podcast depositories. So if you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, Rumble, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, you name it, we're probably there. Please like, share, and download. And also, you can hit that fan mail button and send us questions that you'd like to have answered for our next episode, or any ideas for another episode. And always know that we do appreciate you taking time out of your day to be with us. So thank you for that. We're grateful for you.
And hopefully they'll take care of my interweb problems today, and we'll be able to go live with Insurance Questions Podcast. Is anything special happening on that show tomorrow, Don? There's something about it I just don't remember.
Well, I don't know if there's anything special. I understand we might have a special guest or two, and it is our 200th Insurance Questions Podcast.
That just blows my mind, especially when I talk to people about that. It's like, I just can't believe that we have 200 episodes in the can.
Yeah, thanks. So that's exciting. It's exciting.
Little scary this morning, Don. At about 5:30 or 5:40, I got a call and a text for severe thunderstorm warning and tornado watch until 11 a.m. here in Greenville, Texas. All the time I've been in Texas so far, I've not seen one, and I hope it's going to be like that. But answer in the comments, if you folks have been in tornadoes or seen one up close. The guys here, my friends, tell me that the sky almost turns green.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I've also heard it's like a huge, loud railroad train, like just blowing through, or
So I got to ask you this, Don: if the sky is green, are tornadoes Irish for St. Patrick's Day?
We're just about a week and a half early for St. Patrick's Day, but
that's amazing.
Maybe it's more like the Wicked Witch of the West, how she was green.
So I waited till the rain subsided before I left my house this morning. Oh my God, it's not raining that bad. I got a block away because I'm only like 3 blocks away from the gym.
Oh, nice.
And from the time I got from my house to that gym, it was coming down sideways, and the wind was flipping ridiculous.
So did you still go in the gym, or did you just kind of?
And I was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I was so cold that I went into the tanning booth with all my clothes on to dry off a little bit. And I thought it was a good idea, but it really wasn't that great of an idea. So I was still a little bit wet, a little bit damp, mostly my butt, because I had a hoodie on.
Oh.
And my butt was wet because that's where all the water was pulling up. Not on my ass, my no acetol. Yes. But coming back, knock on wood, I had no trouble with my tree. There was a lot of tree damage when I was just down my street. I said, I'm so close to the gym. When it's nice out, I think I'm just gonna walk, get a little more cardio in, Don. Don't want to be hot and sexy like you, Don. But that's never going to happen, but I can try.
Yeah, right.
So bear with us this morning. We're going to try to share a couple things. our internet is a little bit okay, Don. Okay. What I wanted to ask you is anything going on in Buffalo locally that we need to talk about?
What's going on locally? Not that I can think of really. I guess in New York State, it's with the prisons, with the corrections officers that are still on strike. So that's a big thing actually in New York. And so around Buffalo, there are a number of facilities. So there's a number of correction officers that are on strike, which is technically illegal because they're state employees and you're not allowed to strike. So this week, our governor said if you don't report as of yesterday, or if you've missed 10 of your shifts and you do not report for your 11th shift, they're taking away your health care for the corrections officers and their families. They will not be eligible for COBRA healthcare benefits, which means you can purchase on your own because you don't have any. And they may be fired.
If you use COBRA, Don, you always have to have anti-venom at your house just in case you get bit too hard.
Yeah, you do. Or if you don't have the anti-venom, I happen to have a set of golf club irons that are COBRAs.
If you just bludgeon me until I'm knocked
so
out.
just
that would be wonderful.
Get that 5-iron out and start wailing away.
So I know we're in our infancy here in our new show. I mean, this is episode number 9.
Yeah.
And did we say our stuff, Don? Because I got a couple things ahead of I'm thinking in my head. We already said our stuff. Okay. Just checking. Yeah. Is the ring over? Coach, is the ring over? I'm going to try to share what you sent me this morning, and I thought that was pretty interesting, Don. So let's hope it works. I'm not going to play any videos, so Donnie.
Okay.
So tell me about this, what you sent me this morning.
Yeah, so I just saw this, and it was 87 years ago, actually yesterday, that oil was discovered in Saudi Arabia.
That's crazy.
So that was in 1938. And of course, I mean, that literally changed the world with that discovery, as we know what's going on now. And so we know that, with the new administration coming in, it's drill, baby, drill. So, and supposedly there are, and I don't have the scientific evidence to back it up, but we've got probably the world's largest reserve of oil underground within the United States, including Alaska.
Where do they keep that stuff, Don? I was always interested in that. Where do they keep those barrels of oil? I know do they still have that type of oil reserve too?
I think it was depleted a little bit under the Biden administration, but I believe it's in several locations in Louisiana and Texas, perhaps. I don't know the exact location, but great question. But, and I guess in relation to oil and drill, baby, drill, I don't know if you heard this or not, but the Prime Minister of Ontario, of the province of Ontario, has said because of the tariffs, I kind of wanted to talk about the tariffs a little bit.
Let's hold on to that, Don, because I have some graphics pulled up for that.
Oh, okay, cool. It all ties in. So
yeah, so we like we said on our show, EBI Newz for You, we like to do news and pop culture, and probably the biggest thing in the movie industry happened over the weekend. Did you watch any of the Oscars, Don?
No. I saw some highlights on TV, and that was it.
We did this for the other award show. What was that one? The Artist Award Show or whatever that's called. And what we like doing is going over, has Eddie and Donnie seen these movies? So let's go over the best pictures so far. Nora was the winner, which I guess it's about strippers. I'm surprised I didn't watch that.
Well, it's so here's the thing with that movie. And when I guess it won, like, here's the reference. Nora about the sex trade won more Oscars than The Godfather.
Really? That's very interesting. I like that. You always have good tidbits.
where are we as a society? And then the people that were accepting the Oscars were saying, oh, we want to, pay tribute to and thank the people in the, I don't think maybe they did say sex trade.
Oh,
My wife
Don,
looked at me, sex trade, what is that? I said, prostitutes.
here's the thing, Don. Our society changed so much on what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. And, I'm really sorry that you're having trouble with strippers because I just started a part-time job.
Uh-oh.
At the Pink Pony Club.
Are you stripping the woodwork in your house?
Everybody want to see Eddie Buffalo at the Pink Pony Club? Probably not. So let's look at these lists. So we said I didn't see The Brutalist yet. Complete unknown. I tried my best to watch that movie, Don, but the kid talks just like Bob Dylan, and I was like, no, I couldn't handle it.
Really? I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I told you how much I enjoyed Conclave, and I know you haven't watched that.
Yeah, right. And I know there's some controversy with that one.
Yeah, I'm a big geek, but I'm not a big Dune fan, so I don't care about that one either. Amelia Perez, haven't watched that. I heard it's very good. I'm Still Here. That's with the lady that was Tony Soprano's wife.
Oh, I don't know.
I tried to watch that too, and they were such awful people. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then the Nickel Boys, I have never heard of it. Substance, never heard of Wicked. Allie loves it. We've seen it on stage. We've seen it at the movies. And it was a long ass movie, but I really did enjoy it. That Ariana Grande is a great voice, but the other woman that played the Wicked Witch, she knocked it out of the park. She was fantastic. Cynthia Erivo, whatever.
Right.
And then Best Actress, Mikey Madison. You were just talking about that movie. Like I said, if you haven't heard the voice on that Cynthia Erivo, whatever the hell her name is, give it a shot because she is phenomenal. Amelia Perez again, Sustenance, and Fernanda Torres. Best Actor, Adrian Brody. I'm going to have to check out The Brutalist. I was never a big Adrian Brody fan,
I couldn't tell you who. He could be sitting right next to me. I wouldn't know who he is.
You would know. He's got a big old schnoz on him.
Oh,
he was in like the remake of the King Kong movie you might have seen with Jack Black in that.
So he's in terms of acting compared to some of the other actors, he's an older actor?
No, he's a young guy.
Oh, is he? Oh,
lanky, real tall fella. And then Demi Moore, good for her. She's come a long way. She is actually in a TV show now that I've enjoyed, Landman. She's Billy Bob Thornton's, not Billy Bob Thornton, she's John Hamm's wife in the show.
Oh,
he's
really?
He's like a Jerry Jones oil baron and everything like that. And I'm not going to tell you what happened to him at the end of the first season because we really don't know for sure. But that's what happened. So
yeah, who shot JR, right?
Kind of. Ralph Fiennes, he was fantastic in that movie. And The Apprentice, I haven't seen that either. Now, I want to talk about this movie here. I don't think I've talked about it to you. On their best supporting actor. Oh, sorry, TikTok people. I hit my phone. Sorry about that. It's not an earthquake, honest.
Or tornado.
Best supporting actor, the winner was Kieran Culkin.
Yeah.
Real Pain. It's basically about two cousins, Jewish cousins, that their grandmother left them money so they could take a trip to Poland to see where she grew up and, find out about her heritage, And number one, the reason I liked it so much because he looks exactly like my son Kevin.
Really?
He even had some of the mannerisms, and Jesse Eisenberg is the other lead in it. And you're never gonna guess who one of the female leads is, Don. Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And it was just really a nice dynamic. It's like, I love you, but I hate you. I love you, but I hate you. Why do you do these things? That kind of movie. He did a wonderful job, and I'm really happy that he won. That's great. Give it a shot, guys. A Real Pain is, it's not a feel-good movie, but it's a good movie to show about relationships with family.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. Did you happen to see Karen Culkin's acceptance speech?
No, I didn't. Was it good? I'll have to check it out.
It was very good. It was very
You
good.
got a little quick synopsis of it because I can't pull it up.
Yeah, no, yes. So basically, he got up there and he's thanking everybody, and he's talking about his wife, and they show his wife on the TV, on the screen and that, and
Well, yes. That's his brother.
That's his brother. But he says, my wife, sometimes she doesn't believe in me. She says, if you win a Grammy or whatever it was, a Tony Award, whatever, we'll have a third child. And so they had a third child because last year he won one. So
really,
yeah. So she said, if you ever win an Oscar, we'll have another child. So he got up there, awesome. He won the Oscar, and he says, "Let's get started, honey." Remember that conversation?
That
and
she's funny.
Like, yeah. So that was real good, pro family and all that. So it was a great thing.
So let's move on to Best Supporting Actress, Zoe Saldana. This girl is she's another Gene Hackman. It seems like lately she's in every freaking movie and TV show, and I'd love to see how much her movies have made box office wise, because she was Guardians of the Galaxy. She was in Avatar. I mean, just those two together, it's got to put her in the top 5, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would say.
Ariana Grande got Best Supporting Actress. That's interesting.
Yeah, as a nominee, yeah.
Yeah. Director, cinematography, animated figure. That's one thing I miss about having children is watching Disney movies, because I can't see myself sitting there watching them. And I never heard of Flow. Inside Out 2, I actually watched that.
I watched that with my granddaughter.
Yeah. And was that the one you thought was scary, or was it Moana 2 you thought it was too scary?
Parts of Moana 2, yeah, were a little scary.
But I'm not shocked at Best Costume Design, because I don't know, have you seen Wicked yet, Don?
No.
I mean, that was just, the costumes and the scenery and everything was amazing. Like in the one scene, they're running, remember the poppies in the first in Wizard of Oz?
Mm-hmm.
They're running through like tulips, and they actually planted millions of tulip bulbs for that scene.
Really?
I thought that was pretty amazing.
Wow.
They said they did more practical techniques instead of using like CGI or anything like that.
Oh, nice.
But, it was interesting. Best screenplay, makeup, substance, best film editing, best production design, best original song. So Elton John had one, huh? I never heard any of these songs.
I remember hearing about him recording with Brandy Carlisle. So I guess
is that what it was?
It must have been that for that. Yeah,
that's interesting. And documentaries. I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately, but none of them that I see on here that I've seen. Best sound, doing part 2. Visual effects, doing part 2. Yeah. Best live action short, best international feature. I'm Still Here. Brutalist. I got to check that out. So that was pretty interesting. I used to love staying up when I was a kid to see the Oscars, because who hosted it most of the time?
I'm trying to think of when you were a kid who might host it.
Who did I say that somebody mentioned that we're like?
Oh, not Rowan Martin.
Johnny Carson and
Johnny Carson. Oh yeah, that's right. He did used to host that.
Yes.
Yeah.
A few of our fans said that we have that kind of dynamic. So I don't know who's who. I'm guessing I'm Johnny Carson. He was at. I was. I'm not a little guy like Johnny Carson though. So, but I used to sneak up to make sure I could watch it. That, and I used to, like, when my parents would go to bed, I would go in the living room and watch the Tonight Show.
Oh, really?
There were so many memorable people on there. Like you could tell who he really liked having on his show. Like he was buddy with Don Rickles. He just gave him a hard time. Burt Reynolds, I'm sure. And he loved Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, I know. It
All right,
was,
so let's bring the show back down to reality when we're talking about more of our news stuff. And tariff, it's going to be ugly, Don.
so yeah, I so with the tariffs, number one thing, because they're taking effect yesterday,
Midnight, last night.
midnight, right? So stock sell off. So the market kind of went down
Oh,
pretty
I can
bad.
see that, Don. Yeah.
So also with the tariffs, the prime minister of Ontario, province of Ontario in Canada, said, you know what, with these tariffs, we're not going to provide electricity to the states that we provide electricity to. Michigan, Minnesota, New York.
New York.
So
They said Massachusetts and Maine would states also that depend on Canada.
right. So there's a lot of negotiation going on right now, and that's what it is.
I got to ask you, Don. What about all the hydropower that is made at Niagara Falls? Is that owned by Canada? Is that why they're saying that? Because I know a ton of that electricity goes to New York City.
Yeah, exactly. It's a joint venture. But the U.S. has a power generating plant on our side. Canada has one on their side. But yeah, a lot of that electricity, fortunately, goes downstate to New York City instead of here in Western New York, ironically.
That's crazy.
How crazy is that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there is.
It's funny. Years ago, one of my nephews, we were going to. No, keep on talking, Don. I'm pulling up something. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you caught the breaking news. You and the boys at the gym.
No,
there's breaking news. Jimmy Johnson announced his retirement.
Who did?
Jimmy Johnson.
You're breaking up, Don.
Jimmy Johnson.
I'm sorry, Don. Jimmy Johnson. Why?
He's retiring from the broadcasting booth.
Why? It's going to be an easy gig, I don't know.
I don't know why.
Don, all I want to know, how is Timmy Hose going to be affected by the tariff, Don?
Well, we'll be paying more for the cream and the coffee. And
right.
Yeah, but Timmy Hortons is now it's owned by a U.S. company. So
is it owned by Wendy's? I forget.
I think Wendy's sold it off, and I can't remember to who. We should investigate that, I guess. We could do it real quick, right? But yeah, it's no longer a wholly owned Canadian company. I'll tell you, I'll figure it out.
So I've been terrorizing everybody lately, because I'm one of those people that gets a song cut in his head, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday. And I think to all my favorite people out there, I'm actually gonna read the lyrics of it. Are you ready, Don?
I'm ready.
So this is a song by Tommy James and the Shondells from 1968. And I'm going to read it like a newscaster. Look over yonder. Oh, maybe he's from Texas. It's over yonder. What do you see? The sun is rising. Most definitely. I feel like I'm reading a Dr. Seuss book. A new day is coming. Do the ooh-oohs, Don.
No, that's all right.
People are changing. And beautiful, Don. Ooh. Crystal blue persuasion. Well, I'm not going to torture everybody with the rest of it, but I can if I wanted to.
Yeah, I know. You want to, but you won't.
I do. So, I'm really sorry that we can't do a live one until tomorrow, because I really do enjoy it. We got big feedback, believe it or not, Don, about the chess boxing.
Oh, really?
And you see the funny graphic that we had for that too, you know?
That was great.
It cracked me up. Because I pulled up a bunch of different ones, but I thought that was the funniest of them all, you know?
Yeah, that is great. It's a
So
classic.
we're going to talk a little bit about our show for tomorrow. It's our 200th episode of Insurance Questions Podcast. We
Before
have
we do
a
that,
special guest. Boy, go ahead.
I say before we do that,
Mm-hmm.
can we just talk about Dolly Parton for a moment?
Oh, you like her boobs or something, Don? Is that why you want to talk about her?
Listen, her husband just passed
I
away.
am listening.
Her husband, Dolly
Oh,
Parton's
she was
husband.
married to that dude forever. I missed that. I didn't realize that.
That's why I want to talk.
Sorry, Dolly Parton's husband.
Carl Dean. And it's a very interesting story. They were together for almost 60 years. They got married in 1966. And
Amazing.
they met when Dolly Parton is from Tennessee, but she moved to Nashville because she wanted
Smoky Mountains, baby.
She wanted to break into the music industry. So she was walking out of a laundromat, and Carl Dean was working for blacktop and asphalt and putting in things like that. And that's where they met. And so they dated for 2 years, and then they got married. So I never knew this. The song, what's her biggest, probably her biggest known song.
And Donnie, I'll always love you.
Well, I was thinking of Jolene.
Jolene. Let's just change it. Donnie Low.
So
that is the guy for me.
So here's the backstory of the song Jolene.
Was there really a Jolene?
Well, when Carl Dean, her husband, would go to the bank, there was a young teller there who seemed to have an attraction towards Carl Dean.
Dolly didn't shoot the broad.
So Carl would tell Dolly, he says, I have to go to the bank again. She said, what are you going to the bank all this time for? We don't have that much money. We don't have any money.
Right.
We don't have enough money. What are you going to the bank
calendars to get stealing the pens with the rope?
Yeah, I mean. So that's why she wrote, how she came up with that song, is because that younger teller was kind of infatuated with Carl Dean, and she would flirt with him, and so she wrote it. But did you also know that she talked with Colonel Tom Parker about
yes and
having Elvis
really pissed
sing that song?
They recorded it, and he put he had all these weird things that he wanted. She was gonna get nothing
exactly
for recording with Elvis,
and she said no, I don't want to lose the rights to that song, because she knew it was going to be a hit. She
actually did a song about that situation.
Oh, did she really? I didn't know that.
Last night I dreamt about Elvis. Check it out, Don. You're gonna really like it. And I'm not gonna sing it because I don't want to ruin it for you. But you know what I was laughing at? I never knew The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas was a musical. I like musicals,
Oh yeah.
I'm probably the straightest guy that likes musicals, Just ask my kids, I'm sure they think I'm gay. But so I'm watching
have to be gay to like a musical.
Well, that's what they say, I don't know who they are, but they need a punch.
I was just going to ask, who is they?
They need a punch. So I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it because it is just amazing the people that were in it. Burt Reynolds was the sheriff.
Yeah, that's right.
Dolly Parton was the madam, Miss Mona, and they had a thing, And I'm thinking to myself, now that you brought up her husband, I'm like, at that time, Burt Reynolds was the biggest sex symbol in the world.
Yeah.
And you got your wife laying in bed making out with Burt Reynolds. I give that guy props, But Jim Neighbors was the deputy.
Oh.
Tom DeLuise was the bad guy.
Oh my God, he is so funny.
And for me, the governor stole the show. It was Charles During. Am I saying that right? During?
Mhm.
Charles During. You've seen him in bazillion things.
Probably.
But he did a little dance number and he sang a cute little song. And watch his hat. That's all I'm going to say. You gotta watch the guy's hat. So,
All right, cool.
well, what I have to say is thank you everybody for listening to us. We are going to be live tomorrow for our 200th episode, so I'm super excited. To all our Polish friends out there, happy Punchki Day.
That's right. That's right.
Never liked them, Don. Never liked
No?
them. And there's got to be a bunch of Poles in Texas because Kroger's actually sells punchkis.
Really?
So punchkis, for people that don't know, are a very, very dense, thick donut, either filled with raspberry or plum, or they've changed it over the years. But
Yeah.
do they still got pumpernickel and pastry back in Buffalo, Don?
I'm not sure if that bakery is still open or not. Quite honestly.
I remember they had halfway decent ones. They're going down to the Broadway Market. So
Yeah,
we might do a
Paula's
show on the
coming.
Broadway Market. That'd be a good idea, Don.
That would be cool.
Show our heritage, our Buffalo heritage, to everybody. So once again, our big show tomorrow, 200th episode. On Thursday, Potluck with Donnie Lowe, we're actually going to have Miggy Hernandez on, and we're going to talk about growing insurance agencies in the United States and Canada.
Yes.
So that should be interesting. That's something that I've been interested in a bunch of years, and it's going to happen now.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Remember, folks, if you like doing business with people that are just like you, we're the people to see. You can reach us at eddiebuffaloinsurance@gmail.com or our hotline, Don.
That is 903-662-1564. 903-662-1564.
And remember, life's worth living, folks. What do you got to do, though, Donnie?
You guys see those boxing gloves behind you? Keep on fighting, baby.
I'll get Donnie. I don't have my YouTube people today. I'll get our TikTok friends. They're still with us. And be safe, everybody. Peace out.
Arrivederci. Arrivederci.
Not going to do your chow chow?
And ciao.
Come on, it's just tradition now, buddy.
I know.
All right. We're out.